Trisha Paytas is one of the most hated people on the internet. With over 5 million subscribers, yet her entire audience no longer has any trust in her. How did it get so bad? She started her YouTube channel in 2007 with only one goal in mind: to get famous no matter the cost. She would start by making mukbang and vlogs that showed her bizarre life, and also her infamous kitchen floor meltdown videos. She's one of the biggest trolls on the internet, but that wouldn't stop her from picking fights with some of the biggest creators on the internet. And it would all start in 2015 when Trisha started dating Shaun Vanderwilt, who was a small-time singer and a songwriter at the time. But their relationship wouldn't last long, as she would find a video of him in a club making out with another man in December of 2016. The breakup would be one of the most dramatic points of her career as well, with her having multiple public breakdowns in a series of videos trying to expose him by calling him gay and attacking his sexuality, which Shaun would take legal action against for defamation. But after these allegations, he would distance himself from the internet and avoided addressing the situation publicly. But this would be nothing compared to the drama she would have later in her career. Also, 99% of you guys are not subscribed, so please check. After the breakup with Shaun, Trisha would get in a relationship with Jason Nash, who was a small-time comedian and a huge part of the Vlog Squad, which was a content house with 15 to 20 creators led by David Dobrik, a YouTuber with over 17 million subscribers. The drama would start when David would start to make jokes in his vlogs about Trisha and Jason's relationship, with some of them making Trisha very uncomfortable. And the major issue was that David was pressuring Jason into having a threesome with Trisha and Tana Mongeau as a joke, but to be honest, that's a very up joke. Nonetheless, their relationship would end in 2019, with her breaking all ties with Jason, David, and the Vlog Squad, but not without some drama. She would make videos exposing the toxic culture in the Vlog Squad, showing evidence on how they would manipulate, exploit, and humiliate each other for content. And although David tried to ignore these claims, new allegations would surface from multiple other people for bullying and SA, after which he would come out and apologize before disappearing from the internet. And a crucial part of this drama was that Trisha exposed David on her podcast The Frenemies, which was co-hosted by Ethan Klein, a YouTuber with nearly 10 million subscribers on all his channels combined. But this wouldn't be enough to save him from Trisha backstabbing him. Their feud would begin in 2019 when Ethan would make a satire video on Instagram models where he would expose Trisha and call her a beached whale as a joke, but she did not take that lightly. And they would have continuous drama for a year straight. But despite all of that, they reconciled with each other and shocked the entire internet by starting a podcast, which was mostly filled by their friendly banter and heated arguments. But tensions would soon rise when Trisha would marry Ethan's brother-in-law, with him and his wife Ela disapproving of their marriage, with them making Trisha feel left out of their family, which would lead to Trisha making passive-aggressive remarks against Ethan and Ela. However, the final blow to their relationship would happen on their podcast The Frenemies, episode 39, when Trisha and Ethan would have a heated argument about the creative control of the show, where she would let everyone know how she felt disrespected, followed by her quitting mid-episode and walking out, after which their podcast The Frenemies would get cancelled and she would never be seen again, with Ethan Klein. But Trisha would come out later and apologize for her actions, which Ethan would reject and choose not to reunite with her for his own good. But imagine how awkward it would be at family reunions. Except when it came to Jeffree Star, it would be Trisha who would break all ties. And to anyone that doesn't know Jeffree, he's one of the biggest beauty influencers on YouTube with nearly 16 million subscribers. But their relationship wasn't always this bad. They started off by being good friends and even collaborated with each other to make content like beauty tutorials and etc. Except over time, Trisha would find herself in a toxic inner circle led by Jeffree himself. And all the pieces would fall in place in 2020 when Trisha, Jeffree, and a couple of their friends would go on a trip to Las Vegas, where they would all talk behind Trisha's back and make horrible comments about her weight, finances, and mental health issues, which made her feel humiliated and caused her to leave the trip earlier than expected. After which, a couple months later, Jeffree Star's hairstylist would get on Instagram Live and mock Trisha by calling her poor, fat, and ugly, while threatening violence, which would make Trisha upload a tearful video on her channel exposing Jeffree and his inner circle by revealing how he allowed toxic behavior such as bullying and manipulation in their friend group, while exploiting each other for money. After which, Jeffree would upload an apology video and try to debunk all the claims, but by this time he lost all his credibility and nobody was buying into him. However, the same couldn't be said about Shane Dawson, when Trisha abandoned their decade-long friendship over just a single podcast. And it would all begin when Shane would bring Jeffree Star onto his podcast to defend himself from Trisha's allegations, which sparked frustration as she expected for Shane to take her side and defend her instead of giving Jeffree a spotlight, with Trisha making an emotional series of videos calling him a fake friend and someone that manipulates others for his own gain, with her exposing the fact that Shane would badmouth Jeffree behind his back while showing support for him in public, due to which Shane would post multiple Instagram stories implying the fact that Trisha was being way too overdramatic and overreacting to the situation, after which both parties would cut ties with each other and go their own separate ways. But yeah, that's the video. If you like it, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and thank you.